There we are. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great night tonight. It's a Friday evening in Ninerland. And yeah, I guess let's get going, man. Hopefully, some of you guys trickle in here little by little. I have a surprise for you guys today. And so I'll wait till some more people join the feed, the live stream, start checking in and all that. Real quick to start, please, everybody, before you continue any further, please like and subscribe, please. And right next to when you subscribe, please add the bell notification for all notifications. Every time I go live or post anything, you guys will get a notification. So please check into that. The bell notification next to the subscribe box. So click all that, please, before we move any further. Other than that, I want to wish everybody again. I want to reiterate a happy late Indigenous Peoples Day. Yeah, I gotta love it, man. I love that we got Indigenous Peoples Day now. It's awesome. Like we all say, it's a great day to be Indigenous, and every day is a great day to be Indigenous. So that's our little thing that we say typically. So I mean, every day for us is Indigenous Peoples Day, but glad that we get that recognition from the rest of at least the U.S. as of right now, right? But moving on, talk about some of the health, guys. You guys know our team is banged up, and actually, I heard a pretty funny quote today, and it's like, basically, we can't have any nice things, man. And it really is. It's funny, but it's frustrating. Not only because it's this year, not that it's just happening this year. It's been happening for years. So it's frustrating that this just happens over and over and over again. So I'm very curious to see how everything plays out. Getting guys rolled out here and there, and getting pretty close to game day. Like I said, today's Friday. If you guys are watching this later, we still got 2 days till game day. What is it? 2 sleeps. I love that quote, man, because that's always how I thought about it. I was always like, oh, man, if I go to sleep, then it'll go by super quick, and tomorrow's game day. So, or, 2 days out, whatever it is. But anyways, yeah, I really want to get some of you guys in here. Hopefully you guys start checking in a little bit, because I'm really anxious to show you guys a surprise that I have today for the show. Especially for myself. It's I can't spoil it, but I haven't looked at it myself. Let's put it this way: I haven't looked at it myself yet. I haven't looked at it myself, so yeah, man, I want to get to it already, and it's some pretty awesome, crazy stuff. But yeah, our health is definitely an issue, man. The good thing is that this game shouldn't be like a super serious, very super challenging game for the 49ers. They should handle business regardless of who's in there as far as depth. So, whether Bosa doesn't play, Verrett doesn't play, Jimmy Ward doesn't play, like it shouldn't really be a problem. The 49ers should be able to handle business regardless. And we're going to have to wait and see, especially like a guy like Bosa, who's he had that groin tightness. I don't really think you could call it an injury, because from what I know, from what I've heard, they were explaining it as just tightness, and they were kind of just being cautious about it. So why not just be even more cautious with it? I don't think we need him this week. I know Verrett was basically ruled out too. So I didn't think it was smart for Verrett to even have a chance to play in this game, because he's over here testing his knee out still, trying to run sprints and stuff like that. And if you're like on that brink of whether you should go or not, whether you should play, that should not be the reason that you're deciding whether you should step in or not. The hell is that sound? I hope you guys can't hear that. I hear like a ringing sound, like a smoke alarm. But yeah, it went off. Okay. It's probably in the apartment above or below me. That's probably what's going on. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea at all for Verrett to play anyways. Now the cool thing is, I haven't seen it happen yet, but I'm assuming that Dante Johnson will get elevated from the practice squad at some point here soon. I haven't seen if they've done it yet. I'm sure I would have heard if that were the case, but I think it is going to happen at some point coming soon because Verrett, he's not ready to go, man. And the 49ers have confirmed it. What I was speculating on, that if he's running sprints and testing his knee out, he's probably not ready to play. If you can't even run in a straight line and feel very confident in that, I don't think you should be zigzagging across the field and trying to cover guys, especially very physical guys, super athletes of the world, right? So there's that aspect to it. But I'm very curious to see who's going to be starting at the outside corner spot. I think a lot of people think it's going to be Womack. I agree. Like I said, I haven't seen Dante Johnson get elevated from the practice squad yet. So it doesn't seem like he's an option really that they're considering other than a backup role. Now, Ambry Thomas, and I put this in my notes here. I guess I didn't scroll it all the way to the top somehow, but here it is. Ambry is fine. If you guys weren't watching the press conferences today, I thought this was I thought it was hilarious, man. It's messed up, but a lot of people were talking about how Ambry Thomas in this past training camp in the offseason, he was looking pretty damn bad, which was weird because, another guy like Jennings who did really good for us towards the end of the tail end of the season last year. And they were very solid guys for us last year, man. So to hear that guys come around after the offseason, come into training camp and they look just terrible, you're like, oh, well, maybe they're going to show it in a game, or maybe they're just shaking off some of the rust. They haven't been around football other than just working out and getting their athletic feet right back under them. They haven't actually been playing football for a pretty good long time. So, I was like, give especially Jennings the benefit of the doubt. I think he's a gamer. I think when it comes time to not drop passes, I think he's going to do very well and get back to his old self from last year. And Ambry Thomas, it seems like that's not the case, man. If you guys weren't watching the press conference today, D'Amico Ryans was asked about it, and his answer was, who, Ambry? Yeah, Ambry is fine. With just like a very bland face, he's like, Ambry is fine. And they were asking basically whether Ambry Thomas was going to start or not. And then, they ask about Mosley right after that because it's a very short answer and question, right? They're like, how's Ambry Thomas looking? He's like, Ambry's fine. And then basically next question. And it was about Emmanuel Mosley. And he's like, yeah, man, Emmanuel Mosley, he's this great teammate. He's a great guy. We feel for him. We're going to dedicate this next game to him. Like he went on and on and on about Emmanuel Mosley. I almost said Emmanuel Sanders, but Emmanuel Mosley. And so, dude, it's not looking good for Ambry Thomas. Just in the body language, the verbal language is going on here, man. All the telltale signs are there that Ambry is probably not going to play unless something bad happens and he has to play. I don't think Ambry's going to be playing anytime soon, man. And I actually saw one of the comments down in the live chat of the press conference for the 49ers that some guy said, and it was pretty much exactly on point. He said, he quoted when D'Amico Ryan said Ambry is fine, and he says basically what he's saying equals meh. Right? If you guys know what meh means, it's like bleh, like he don't feel too great about him, right? Because he feels But anyways, yeah, probably going to be Womack on the outside because if Dante Johnson, I haven't seen him elevated to the active roster yet. Now they should be able to do it still tomorrow. So, but I doubt it, man. I think it's going to be Womack on the outside, Lenore on the inside. I do think that maybe they should try Womack on the inside and put Lenore on the outside, just because Lenore is the veteran and he's not a super veteran, but he's been here at least he has a year on Samuel Womack. So he can help contain the run. He plays the run better. And you don't want the Falcons super picking, because they're not going to be picking on Charvarius Ward. At least we don't think so. Maybe they're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat, but that's not a guy you want to pick on. So if Womack's on the outside, they're really going to pick on him, I think. I don't think Kyle Pitts is going to play this game. I think he's been ruled out already. Yeah, but anyways, we'll talk more about the corners when some of my other guys get in here and help me out with that. So we got the trade deadline coming up, guys. November 1st. November 1st is the trade deadline. And I've seen people talking about different positions, like a wide receiver, trying to trade for Christian McCaffrey from the Panthers, stuff like that, defensive ends. I'm like, you guys are talking about every position but the ones that we actually need. We don't need depth at the other positions. We don't need playmakers on offense. We have plenty of playmakers. It's just an issue of getting the ball in their hands in the right ways and in the right times, all that type of stuff, scheming all that stuff up and throwing nice passes and all that stuff, staying consistent with Jimmy Garoppolo. So for me, Christian McCaffrey, especially with the money that he's owed right now under his contract, that's not somebody the 49ers can take on. So for me, if you guys were to ask me, trade for a corner, trade for an offensive lineman. That's the best thing you can do as of right now. We lose Emmanuel Mosley, very solid corner. And if you guys weren't watching yesterday, a guy that I brought up that I was reading an article about him right before the stream. Oh, whoops. Dang. Anyways, so William Jackson III. If you guys haven't heard about him, I won't blame you because I've never heard of him myself up until this article. And I guess he plays for the Washington Commanders. And it came up that he's basically saying he wants a new start. Kind of a similar situation to what was going on with Jalen Ramsey before he got traded to the Los Angeles Rams. You know, Jaguars were a crap team. He wasn't getting any wins, didn't have a chance of winning. He wanted to be on a winning team. So he did his best from his standpoint to facilitate a trade to a winning team, and he goes to the Rams. So William Jackson III is kind of doing that same thing here. He wants to go contribute to a team that has the potential to win a Super Bowl or at least a winning record, something like that, right? So William Jackson, he's on the Washington Commanders, like I said, under Ron Rivera. He's not going to be playing this week. He's already been ruled out, and he has a back issue, which, if you guys don't know, the reason I do this when I say back issue is that a lot of times when players don't want to play, they want to opt out, they want to get traded. What they do is they kind of fake a back injury and they're like, oh, my back hurts, I can't really play this week. And so that's like 80% sure that's what's really going on with William Jackson. Like he just said, he wants to go to a winning team. He wants a fresh start. Ron Rivera's saying, yeah, we kind of just moved on from him, and it's a game time decision, you know, kind of just covering some stuff up, it seems like. But this guy, he's under contract for about $42 million, $41 million. But the good thing is that half of it's already been paid for. So if the 49ers were to acquire William Jackson III this year, which is a position of need, a really, really high position of need now for the 49ers. Because if you ask me, I don't want to play around with this cornerback situation. I've seen what happens, especially last year when we have new corners in there, young corners in there, guys that weren't acclimated to like Richard Sherman and Emmanuel Mosley were, like who else? Jason Verrett. You know, those aren't guys you want to pick on. So when we get guys that are younger and less seasoned at that position, the other teams are going to pick on them. I don't want to see that. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to risk it, especially with the depth. The good thing is we have Dante Johnson. He can basically play any position in the defensive backfield, I should say. So there's that. He's proven it. So glad to have him, but he's still on the practice squad. So who knows what's going on with that, how good of shape he's in. He's aging a little bit. I've said it before. Jimmy Ward and Dante Johnson are the two longest tenured 49ers on this team. So they've been on the 49ers the longest. And for a long time, man, they've been here since the Harbaugh era. Just to give you guys an idea how long Dante Johnson and Jimmy Ward have been here. And it's pretty funny to see, like, go back and look at some of the Jimmy Ward, his rookie season, the stuff he was doing, man. He looks like a young kid, man. He looks like Sam Womack. So it's pretty funny, not clowning on him, but, you know, it's just like looking at your old high school pictures type stuff. But yeah, man, William Jackson III seems really solid. I haven't checked out his highlights yet, any of that type of stuff, any film on him, but the contract kind of says it all, I think. $41 million. Like I said, if the 49ers were to pick him up this year, he would only count for $3.8 million towards the salary cap this year. Then the 49ers would have to figure out the extension or all that type of stuff contractually for next year and moving forward if they were to acquire him. But the 49ers, as of right now, have about $6 million in cap space. So $3.8 million kind of works almost perfectly for the 49ers to acquire a very good cornerback, because you also want to save like $2-3 million for all the guys that are on the practice squad and stuff like that you want to sign or activate to the roster, put on the active roster, right? But yeah. Anyways, moving forward, actually, the other position I would like to go for is O-line, just to touch on that real quick. We're getting a lot of injuries at O-line for whatever reason. But yeah, I think we need some more depth at O-line. That was a big question mark coming into the season already as it was. Trade deadline is about 2 weeks away. So you want to hurry up and start getting these moves going soon, especially before the Chiefs, I would say, because if I were the 49ers, I would have started making the moves this week. Reason being is you give them a chance to start practicing, get in the playbook, all that stuff, right? We play the Falcons. You leave these guys on the sidelines or on the practice squad, whatever you want to do. Let them learn some of the playbook, study it, get acclimated, get in game day shape. And then once the Chiefs roll around, if you need that depth, then you activate them to the roster and they're ready to go. Then once the bye week comes around, that's kind of pointless. So I would do it right now more rather than later. It's my opinion. So before the trade deadline, hopefully the 49ers make a move for a corner or an offensive lineman. Now, the good thing is that Trent Williams should be coming back soon. So that should be good, man. Really happy about that. And I want to know from you guys, is Jimmy Garoppolo on an upward trajectory? Because if you ask me, right now he is. Will he continue it? I don't know. How long will it move upward and then kind of plateau? Hopefully it doesn't spike downwards. Hopefully once he reaches that really his best level, hopefully he just plateaus and stays right there. We don't need him to be like this ultimate superstar. He doesn't need to do too much. But just little things that we're seeing from him, little by little, man, over the past couple weeks, it's been really encouraging. You know, the 0 interceptions. I hope he can continue that. And even if he throws an interception, you know, as long as he's making great plays left and right and just continuing to move the ball week after week, but throws an interception here and there. I mean, everybody throws interceptions. So even the greats, the GOATs, right? So even if it throws an interception in this game, but he's straight blowing out the Falcons on offense, I mean, you can't complain. And then, so like another thing is, like, I've heard guys before that go to the 49ers training camps in the off season and stuff like that. And one of the constant things that they say is that Jimmy Garoppolo has really bad practices. And whenever he tries to throw outside the numbers, it gets picked off. Like, he has no chance of throwing outside the numbers. But we're starting to see him throw outside the numbers and have a lot of success, man. So that's great. it's adding another element to this offense because how defenses are stacking the box. That means they're stacking the middle of the field as well. So you want to throw to those outside numbers. You want to throw over the top of them as well, so that you spread that defense out, of course, right? So great to see all that stuff from him, to where he's adding these great things to his game, as well as, actually I should mention his mobility is starting to work its way back a little bit. He's looking super just calm and poised, mature in this offense, man. For whatever reason, this year, the 1 year he didn't have an off season, I don't know if it was like because he wasn't in training camp and all that stuff, that maybe it's because this defense didn't have a chance to scare him and demoralize him. Maybe that's what it is, man. He's kind of just coming out of nowhere, and we're seeing a different Jimmy, I think. And it's too early to speak to say that it's a for sure thing, because it's only been about 2 weeks that he's been showing us that stuff. So if he can get this train rolling and continue it through a third week, I think we might have something here, man. And if he can build some confidence in not just the fans but himself going into this week, and we get the win in very good fashion, I think we're going to feel very good going into that game against the Chiefs. And I did hear, speaking of the Chiefs, I don't want to get too much into it right now, but I heard somebody talking about the jet lag, that the 49ers are probably going to be jet lagged from flying from so far away to back to California. The 49ers have been staying on the East Coast, but I see a really big chance for an advantage for us when we play the Chiefs. For one, the Chiefs are going to have to fly to California too, and they're gonna be there probably later than the 49ers are. They're probably going to fly in closer to game day than the 49ers are. I don't know what their plan is yet, but the thing is as well, the Chiefs are going to be playing a really tough opponent in the Buffalo Bills this Sunday. So for me, that plays advantage 49ers. Why? Because the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, when they match up, they're supposed to be two really good teams, man. The competition is the competitive nature is probably going to be like really high, super competitive, and bodies are going to be flying all over the place. And so the Chiefs might come into this game not only jet lagged, but they might be coming into this game beat up, man. So it's looking like the 49ers might have a chance to beat up on a weekend bludgeoned team, right? That's the way I see it. But yeah, hopefully Garoppolo can continue that upward trajectory. I can't talk, man. I need more sleep. But anyways, his upward trajectory, and if he gets an interception, okay, whatever, so be it. But I want to see the great plays to go along with that, like he did these past couple weeks, man. So come on, Jimmy G, let's do it, bro. And if you do, I'm gonna get your jersey. How about that? And you know what? For some of you guys, if you guys don't know this, Jimmy Garoppolo, if he doesn't throw an interception in this game against the Falcons, this will be his first time ever having a 3-game streak with no interceptions. And here we go with our next point here. Plays into what I was just talking about. That's why I have the note right after that last note. Scoring to put pressure on the Falcons offense. Reason I say this is our defense is supposed to be really good. We just lost a vital piece in Emmanuel Mosley, and Bosa's been hurt. No more Jimmy Ward for now. Now the thing on Jimmy Ward, and he got hurt on a special teams play, which is super stupid, man. Very first play of the game, he gets hurt on special teams. He should not be in special teams at all whatsoever. But yeah, man, Jimmy Ward gets injured, breaks his hand. And, I'm not going to lie. I thought about it at first. I was like, who else played on defense with broken hands was Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis. What they did was they casted up both of their hands, not both, each one of their hands. I don't even know how to say it. each guy casted up their broken hand like a club, and they ended up playing and being really good, even with just a club on their hand. So there's been talk about that, and I thought about it, but I was like, nah, because defensive backs, they kind of need their hands to make interceptions, right? So it helps to have two hands instead of one hand on the club. But um, Kyle Shanahan came out and said it. He's like, hey, Jimmy Ward, he's undergone the surgery for his hand. Should be getting better. We're going to reevaluate in about 10 days and see if he can be ready to go against the Chiefs with a club on his hand. So it's not ruled out, man. Jimmy Ward might be able to play against Travis Kelce and the Chiefs next week. That's promising, but they're going to have to see. They're going to be checking on Jimmy Ward, how confident he feels and how good he feels about being able to protect himself, even though he just has a club on his hand. Because it's going to be hard too, man. He's not a linebacker, which Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis, when they were playing with clubs on their hands, when you're trying to tackle somebody as a linebacker, at least if you miss the tackle because you only have one hand, the second level should be able to help you out. The third level, actually, I should say, the safeties and the cornerback should be there to help you out as well. When you're the safety and somebody gets past you, that's not a good thing because you're almost the last line of defense if there's nobody else around you to help. So you don't want to see Jimmy Ward get put in that predicament to where if he doesn't make a tackle, that's it, and the play's going to go in for a touchdown. But yeah, anyways, back to the point that I have here scrolling across the bottom. The 49ers, the offense has been looking good the past couple weeks. I hope they can continue as an offense to continue on this upward trend as well, man, because the offense as a whole was looking like crap, let alone Jimmy G. And especially like against the Panthers, Jimmy G was making some really nice passes that were getting dropped and fumbled. And just mistakes, man, small mistakes that cost us probably a pretty good amount of points, honestly. So this could have been an even higher scoring game. The receivers for Jimmy Garoppolo, they need to help him out a lot more. Stop making such critical mistakes, man. Like George Kittle, you catch the ball and make a nice reception, then you fumble it. Then Brandon Ayuk, nice back shoulder throws, perfect placement, all that stuff. You drop the pass. You don't catch it. You want to get paid millions of dollars, bro. You better be making these plays, man. These easy catches, you better be making those, or you're not making no damn money. Deebo Samuel, same thing. You just got the bag, bro. You just got paid millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you're dropping a touchdown that a ball where it's placed perfectly in the corner of the end zone, back corner of the end zone, hits your hands. You drop it. Now, great to see you redeem yourself the very next play and score the touchdown, but let's not risk it. Let's make the play when it's there to be had, right? So you want to see the rest of the offense continue to help Garoppolo and just step in the right direction even more to score points and take some pressure off the defense, but put pressure on the Falcons offense, because the more points you're scoring, that's going to put pressure on the Falcons. If the defense is playing lights out and the Falcons aren't scoring anything, but the 49ers aren't scoring anything either, there's no pressure. Now, if you create pressure, then when the Falcons offense is under pressure, they're probably going to make mistakes. So you want to get a good lead on the Falcons. And don't get too conservative either, man, because they've been catching up to some of these teams in garbage time, scoring in like the fourth quarter most of their touchdowns. So there's that to kind of look forward to. And okay, I guess I could bring this up, man, because I was having a thought. I know somebody was talking about Bill Walsh, and they were saying, guys that were passed up in the draft from Kyle Shanahan, like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, who else? Deshaun Watson, just a bunch of different really good quarterbacks that were passed up by Kyle Shanahan, right? And they were like, you think Bill Walsh would have passed up on those quarterbacks? And yeah, I don't think so, man. Bill Walsh had a really good eye for talent, man. he was over there. He had his eyes on Steve Young. Steve Young wasn't even like in the draft. He was watching Steve Young from a distance away when Steve Young was playing in another league and he was playing on another team as well. And he had the talent to be able to find somebody like Steve Young, a left-handed quarterback. And he loved that kind of stuff, man. A lot of coaches don't want to coach left-handed quarterbacks because it kind of flips the offense and it makes things more difficult. But Bill Walsh loved it, man. He can throw left-handed himself, so pretty awesome. I don't think he ever would have passed on guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and I kind of think like the thing says at the bottom here that Steve or Patrick Mahomes is kind of like the Steve Young of today's era. So that's kind of why I say that. So if Bill Walsh didn't pass on Steve Young, and Steve Young wasn't an established guy like that, where there was all this film on him, he definitely wouldn't have passed on Mahomes. But Niners all damn day. Thank you for being here. He gives up the flame emojis. Flame, 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 flame. Good to see you in here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I want to bring this up as well since we're talking about quarterbacks. So I want to know if you guys have seen, there's this ambidextrous, speaking of left-handed quarterbacks actually as well, not just quarterbacks. There's this kid in high school right now, and I just saw a clip of him. I forget his name, but he's an ambidextrous kid. He can throw with both hands. It's super crazy, man. Like he's on point. You see him, he has clips where he has a football in each hand and he has receivers running, like crossing different ways in their routes, and he throws a pass here and a pass there. And it's pretty badass, man. So it's kind of crazy. This might be the future of the league, ambidextrous quarterbacks. It's super crazy to see, honestly, man. I can't imagine doing something like that. I try to throw with my left hand sometimes, and I look like, you know, how they say you play ball like a girl. I look like I'm throwing like a girl, kind of. Certain girls, because some girls can throw pretty damn good, actually. But I want to know from you guys real quick. Well, first of all, have you guys seen that ambidextrous kid? He's still in high school, so man, he's probably going to be super, super sought out. Honestly, he's probably going to get so many offers for universities. He looks like Trevor Lawrence. He looks like a Trevor Lawrence that can throw with both hands, and he wears like those reflective shades and all that. He's a cool guy. Niners all damn day says that would be wild. Yeah, it would, man. Imagine, especially with this offense, imagine having an ambidextrous quarterback that can, especially imagine if you could have two footballs at once on one play, just throw it all over the damn place. But I want to know from you guys as well, because I was thinking about this, and I don't get why Garoppolo didn't make the improvements last year like he seems to be making this year when he had Trey Lance on his ass. It was supposed to be a competition. I know he got named the starter pretty early for Jimmy Garoppolo was the starter last year. He got named early as a starter. But you would think last year he would have been playing with his hair on fire, man, like a fire under his ass. But for some reason, it's like this year he's playing with that. And I guess maybe it's because now he's not under contract. He's not getting that sure money anymore. It's incentive based now for him, right? It seems like he's not as complacent with the contract that he has now. Maybe that's what we needed, man. Maybe he just got super complacent when he got that money that he got, because he got a lot of money, about $30 million a year, basically. And Coleman as well, man. I think, he's been kind of floating around. He went to the Jets with Saleh after Saleh left, went and joined the Jets. He took some of the players with him, and Tevin Coleman being one of those guys. And now, he's been floating around, let go. And it seems like not only is he fresh, but he looks like he has fire lit under his ass too. So I want to know from you guys, do you guys think this is a Tevin Coleman, Jimmy Garoppolo revenge tour? Because I think so, man. They were both in the Super Bowl in 2019 with us. And both guys, they've kind of been shunned in a way, you could say. So I think they're playing with a very, very big chip on their shoulder, and it's playing out to our benefit. So that's good. You like to see that. Um, but yeah, I wish them success, man. I hope they keep doing all the great work that they're doing, man. The coaches, they say a lot of really good things about both of them. So continue that. Continue that. Um, I already kind of talked about this a little bit. The close touchdowns that were just missed by a small margin. That's just on receivers typically to make not make those dumb mistakes. Niners all damn day says revenge tour 3.0. That's all I'm saying, man. Revenge tour 7.0. I don't even know how many revenge tours we've had already. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Quest for 6 for sure. Because I've been saying that we could have had like three Super Bowls in this past decade. And then I started to remember. I was like, you know what? It could have actually been like 5 because we beat the Saints in that playoff run, and then we lose to the Giants because of Kyle Williams. So that would have been a 4th Super Bowl we could have had. Then the one against the Seahawks, the NFC Championship against the Seahawks. That's 5. And then I feel like I'm missing one. But yeah, you guys get the point, man. Imagine we were this close to having about 5 Super Bowls in this past decade. That's half the decade. Yeah, okay. Almost thought my math was wrong. But yeah, close touchdowns that were just missed by a small margin. It's just receivers dropping passes and stuff like that, man. Little tiny things. I actually speaking to that as well because we've had a few touchdowns that have been called back on stupid tiny little penalties, man. So um, it seems like when the offense is clicking and we get down to the red zone and we score a touchdown, a lot of times it's called back. We end up kicking a field goal. Then everybody wants to get on the offense about not scoring, and it's just a tiny little thing here and there and stuff that shouldn't even be penalties. Like it was really ironic that the pick play where Debo Samuel picked the defenders so that Ayuk can run an underneath quick slant, and we got a touchdown on that. That was actually supposed to be a penalty. So it's ironic that the one that was supposed to be a penalty didn't get called back, and it's all touchdowns are supposed to be reviewed and all that. And then the ones that are just like stupid little penalties that I don't think should be penalties, those are the ones that do get called back. And I want to know what you guys think about Kittle. I think he's still working his way back, man. I think this is going to be a good game for him. He's hearing all the outside noise. I know he's got to be hearing it. Now, the good thing is, for them, they've been kind of taking some time to chill and drive some ATVs, go to the casino and stuff like that, because they're in a more rural area right now. Instead of going to Atlanta right away, Kyle Shanahan and the staff decided that it's better to have the team somewhere where there's no distractions. They took him out to a resort in the middle of nowhere, basically. So hopefully Kittle's getting his mind right, and hopefully he comes in with a huge chip on his shoulder, ready to ball out. Because especially if he can get the ball rolling against the Falcons and then continue that into the game against the Chiefs, George Kittle, when he's on, man, he can be a big factor for us for being a game changer, man. Grant says Kittle is regressing, but I don't see it. Well, the way I see it is Kittle, he got hurt, right? He hasn't been here until the last couple weeks. He missed a lot of time with that strain on his groin. So he's working his way back. He's blocking. With blocking, you don't make like really sharp cuts, extending your legs as much as you do when you're blocking. So I think that's why he's doing more blocking than receiving as of right now. And I think little by little, as he gains more confidence in his health, in his groin, I think we're going to start to see Kittle more and more. And in this last game, we were already seeing it. It's like building up little by little by little. And Kyle Shanahan as well, he might be saving some of these ballers for like games where we really need them to show out. So Kittle's still Kittle, man. Regardless, even if he's not breaking as many tackles as he has before, he's still a badass receiver. I don't care what anybody says, man. He's got hands. He makes really badass, difficult catches. So um, I'm very confident in what Kittle can bring to the table and what he will, man. He doesn't have to make all the plays in the world, man. He has a lot of help in this offense. He has Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, Juwan Jennings. They even got Ray McLeod and Danny Gray. They got to get them uh, integrated into the offense a little more on a week to week basis. So when they bust out all those weapons and just Kittle's a factor that just adds to it, and everything's not leaning on him like it has before. They really leaned on Kittle before, and that's probably why he's deteriorated a little bit. But now these other receivers have lightened the load for him a lot. So just throw the ball around, get Kittle the ball here and there when it's critical or when you have the opportunity to, and I think he's going to execute what he needs to, especially with that fumble, man. For shame, Kittle. For shame. Better hold on to that damn rock, bro. But yeah, I'm confident Kittle's going to get back to his usual form. Oh yeah, okay. So the offense starting to click against a good defense. So that was very promising for me to see. The Panthers are a good defense. I don't think the Falcons are going to be uh, anywhere near as challenging. Well, maybe near as challenging, but they're not going to be as challenging as the Panthers. So for the 49ers to be clicking on offense the way they were against the Panthers, like a lot of people I see they're saying the 49ers and the Falcons is probably going to be a close game. I don't see it that way. I think it's going to be a blowout, man. I can see like a 41-20. I can see like a 27-10, something like that. Maybe somewhere in between, like a 38 to 7, or yeah, like a 38-17. So I might play some bets on those scores. You guys quote me on it. Hold me accountable for what I say. But I think the 49ers are going to blow out the Falcons. I don't even think it's close. Like the Rams and the Buccaneers are like, oh, the Falcons played these guys really strong. Okay, we whooped the ass of the damn Rams, bro. They ain't really nothing right now. I think they're a mirage. I think the same thing with the Buccaneers. It's Tom Brady and what's his name? His receiver. I don't know. I'm blanking on his name right now. Evans. Yeah, his receiver Evans. It's just Tom Brady and Evans, Godwin at running back, and that's pretty much it, man. The Buccaneers ain't really anything. I don't think. I think we're gonna whoop their ass too when it comes time to playing them, unless they get some of their players back. Which I don't know how their injuries are looking right now as their health and working their way back after the bye week and all that stuff. So in my eyes, the Falcons haven't really been playing like super high competitors as well. So I think it's all on mirage. I think everybody needs to chill out. I don't think it's going to be a close game. As long as the 49ers do what they're supposed to do, handle business accordingly in an orderly fashion, I think they're going to whoop that ass. I mean, hold me to it. That's what I'm saying. I would say an average score for this game would be like a 35-17 or something like that. Just kind of in that area, 35-17, 27-10, something like that. You guys quote me on it, but this offense was clicking against a really good defense, like I said. So if they could do that against the Panthers, I think they're going to do even better against the Falcons and other teams that don't have as good of a defense. Okay, so I guess this kind of plays into what I was talking about earlier. We've known this team's potential. The question is Jimmy Garoppolo, and 1 week at a time. Now, how I was talking about earlier, how he kind of seems to be on the upward trajectory. 1 week at a time, man. This is, I know we kind of get a little ahead of ourselves, and the 49ers, we're not speaking for them. So we're speaking from our perspective. So even when we do get ahead of ourselves, it's not like it's going to throw the 49ers off. And it's like, oh, Wolf talked about the Chiefs already, so we need to start looking at the Chiefs. No, it's not going to happen that way. But Yeah, I think even though we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, the 49ers just keep continuing week after week to put in that work, execute week by week. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't get too behind on yourself either. Don't get too caught up on the past. Just week to week, man. If we can win one game at a time, we can, oh man, we're going to be dangerous. Niners All Damn Day says we're minus 4.5 points right now on the for the spread. And so, yeah, that's in my eyes. Well, okay, so the Falcons are the home team, so they get about 6 points for that, right? So really, it should be like a minus 10.5 for because the Falcons get those points to work with for being the home team. Now, I don't see it that way, man. The Chiefs and Raiders game, for example, was a 5.5 point game too, as well for the spread. And I was telling everybody, bet on the Raiders to cover the spread, man. The Raiders and the Chiefs is a division game. The Raiders always, no matter how much they suck, for whatever reason, they still play the Chiefs really good. Just like the 49ers and the Seahawks, man. I hate to say it, but and I'm talking about not this year, but past years, the Seahawks and the 49ers. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about the spread too much. I know certain people that do podcasting as well are predicting a close score. I don't see it. I'd love to know what you guys think. And maybe Niners All Damn Day. I don't know if that's your prediction, but or if you're just putting the spread up there. I think it's just the spread, right? Brian's in here. Good to see you, bro. Hey, let's go Niners. That's what Brian says. I got a surprise for you guys as well. The more people we get trickling in here, I think at the end of the video, I have a surprise for you guys that I'm going to unveil at some point. We have a great team as long as we go week to week. Yeah, man, that's the thing to do. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Week to week, one game at a time. You win that damn game is just going to continue to roll like a freight train. Let me see. Oh, I already posted about that. So, with everybody that's banged up right now, Drake Jackson, everything that we've seen from Drake Jackson has been pretty damn good so far going into preseason, all that stuff, man. It's really good to see what he's doing. He's a young player, and he's already number 2 for most sacks by a rookie, and he don't even really play that much. So it's pretty badass. He's going to have to fill in for and take over for the slack that's going to be left on the field from missing Bosa and Bosa's injury. So I think this is a really good opportunity to get some reps for Drake Jackson before we go and see Kansas City, man. Drake Jackson, he's got a lot of badass potential, man. He's already batted some balls as well. So even just that aspect, even if he's not getting sacks, if he's batting down the passes, that can be a really good deciding factor as well. If he's doing that against Kansas City and he's getting good reps against Atlanta, especially if we see him because he's the speed edge rusher, one of the speed edge rushers. Really want to see them contain Marcus Mariota in this game because he's pretty damn fast. A lot of people say that he takes a lot of good opportunities for scrambles. And so as long as the 49ers can contain him and force him to throw the ball on dropbacks, I think we're going to put him in a huge predicament with how good our secondary is playing. And I think Drake Jackson is going to be a huge part of that, especially doing it now against a mobile quarterback that's not as good as Patrick Mahomes is kind of like a warm-up for moving into Kansas City, right? So that's how I feel about that. Let me know what you guys think. I get really excited about Drake Jackson, man. He's a badass. I love seeing him do the backflips. Brian says 33 to 15. That's what I'm saying, man, about that range. People that are saying it's going to be close, I don't get it. I don't see it. I know they've been scoring late against these other teams and catching up. And the 49ers do tend to get conservative towards the end, but they haven't played the 49ers. I don't think they've played anybody like the 49ers as well. Like even when they played the Buccaneers, like Brady didn't look so great. he was doing some boneheaded what people would typically say a boneheaded Jimmy throw. That's what Tom Brady was doing against the Falcons. So yeah, all you guys saying what's up in the chat here. Everybody reconnecting. Hope everybody's having a great day. A great Friday too. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, man. Hope you guys got some cool stuff planned. I know Brian was talking about birthday party and stuff like that. Oh yeah, here you go talking about it. What's up? I'm getting pizza and cake for my daughter Lily tonight. She is 11. Hell yeah, bro. That's what's up. And we'll try to keep this stream a little shorter too, so you don't get too carried away and too distracted from all that. Like I told you earlier, I have my daughter's birthday coming up this month too, in about 2 weeks. What's today? 21. Yeah, about 2 weeks. So yeah, I gotta plan all that stuff out to figure out what we're gonna do. Probably go to an arcade. Niners all damn day. What's up, faithful? Yeah, it's good to see all you guys, man. You guys think Bosa or Verrett should play? I already talked about it. Verrett's not going to play. Smart of the 49ers to do that. I would hold him. If he's questionable right now and he hasn't been really playing any reps or anything like that, I would just hold him till after the bye week. We got Sam Womack, Diamador Lenore, Ambry Thomas, Dante Johnson. Leave it at that till after the bye week. Coming into this season, it was already talked about that the 49ers should just save Verrett till the playoffs, till they really need to get the train rolling and take advantage of some of these teams, bend them over and spank them, especially for depth, rotate Verrett in and out. Now we don't have Emmanuel Mosley, of course, so I think just hold Verrett till after the bye week. I don't think there's any need for him right now to risk injury. If we lose him, man, oh my God, there goes all our hope for him out the window right there, man. No, do your thing. I will be here listening. No, honestly, I pretty much went over all the topics already, unless you guys want to join in and talk about anything else. But I think I'm going to unveil the surprise right now that you guys are here. So you guys stay in the live stream and keep an eye on this real quick. I got a surprise for you guys. I'm excited for this because it's crazy stuff. I got to be careful too. I'm going to put my knife away before I stick it somewhere I don't want to. All right, guys, check this out, all right? I got the package here. Let me put this comment down real quick so we can see more of the screen. You guys see what that is? Let me see. This is an Arizona State Brandon Ayuk autographed jersey that I received in the mail today that I won through a silent auction, man. So I'm really pumped up about that. Comes from Beckett Authentication Services. Let me see what else it says on here. It says Arizona State Brandon Ayuk authentic signed maroon pro style jersey, BAS witness, and it has the number and everything, like the confirmation number and all that stuff for like all their little jingamahoos. Let's see what this is real quick. Authenticity guaranteed. And frequently asked questions. It comes with this form right here. Ooh. I feel like everything on the camera is backwards. But man, this one I'm really pumped up about, man. I can't help but smile about this one. Check this out. How dare I? This one is autographed right there too. If you guys can't see it, I can't get there we go. You guys see the autograph there? And this is a Bowman jersey. So I just got a signed Navarro Bowman jersey as well, man. This is fucking badass. Comes with the specific stickers and everything for authentication. And yeah, man, the authenticity with this is badass, man. I can't believe I'm holding an autographed Navarro Bowman jersey in my hands right now. I thought it was going to take longer to get here, honestly. Like I said, I won it in the silent auction and said it was going to be here in about a week. I didn't open it until I was on the stream with you guys. So you guys opened that with me in a way. I'm holding it physically, but you guys were here. I didn't see it till you guys saw it. I just saw the outside of that FedEx packaging, man. So that's pretty badass. I really want to keep it, but I think I have to sell the Ayuk one, man, because I didn't think I was gonna win both of them. I have to buy a car before the snow hits because I've been riding my motorcycle to work. So if anybody's interested in the signed Brandon Ayuk jersey, let me know. Shoot me an offer. If you know anybody who might be interested, let me know. I'm definitely keeping the Navarro Bowman. I don't care what anybody says, anybody's offer, unless it's like $50,000, then I might get rid of the Navarro Bowman jersey. But I'm okay with moving on from the Brandon Ayuk one because I kind of have to, and it's not a 49ers jersey, which I don't know if that's even cooler that it's from Arizona State University, or if I don't know. I'm definitely like, you think about maybe one day Brandon Ayuk is going to be a great. And I don't know, man. I think he's definitely going to be a really good player. I don't know if he's going to be great. Now, like with some of these drops he's got going on, Jerry Rice had a lot of drops as well when he was young, man, when he was younger in the league. So we don't know what Brandon Ayuk's going to be, and I might regret it if I do sell it. I hope I don't have to. I kind of have to at this point in time. But if it comes down to I get to keep it, then I'll be happy. I'm not going to be mad either way, man. Yeah. So, and you guys are here. Glad to have you guys here for that. That was awesome. Brian says, nice. Niners all damn day says that's clean. Right. See, that's the one of the pros to living in Arizona and Cardinals territory. I'm trying to make it 49ers jersey 49ers territory as much as I can, little by little, chipping away at it, man, getting some of these Niner fans. I already converted some Niners fans. Got my kids, they're going to be Niners fans. They're going to grow up with 49ers, man. So nobody else was really bidding on the 49ers stuff. So like I said, that's a good thing about living in Cardinals territory. Kind of sucks sometimes, but I think this is testament to the greatness that can happen when you're surrounded by Cardinals. Ayuk is on fire, says Brian. He is, but he's not at the same time. He needs to catch some of these easy passes, especially when he was so mad about not getting the ball from Garoppolo last year, and he was being a little bit of a diva. Got put in the doghouse or whatever the hell they call it. And, now Jimmy Garoppolo is putting it on him, putting it in the right place. Like, you have to catch it. Easy passes like that, man, you have to catch that. Like, you want to get paid money like Deebo Samuel, you better make those easy catches look super routine. You got guys over here doing like Odell Beckham Jr. type catches near the sideline and stuff like that, and you can't catch like an easy back shoulder reception, man. I'm not talking on my ass. You guys know I played wide receiver, so those are easy catches. I can catch those with my damn eyes closed. That needs to be framed. Yeah, man. See, and that's the thing. I really wanted to get them framed. I'm going to try and talk to them. If I get some money at some point, because they did offer it. They offered to frame them for another $300 each. And I was like, damn, I already could barely afford to get them both. And then to pay another $300 each for each one to get framed, that's pretty crazy. I just can't do it. So maybe at a later time when I get some money going here, I'll get them framed if they're willing to. because I'm gonna keep them as is for now. I'm gonna leave them how they are in these bags that they come in. They come like this, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave them like that. Kind of put them on display, but not outside of the bags or anything like that. I'm gonna wait till I can see if I can get some money and frame those one day, man. Because it had some really cool frames. Has like the pictures of them, kind of like football cards in a way. And I don't know. I gotta double check what else they had on there, but yeah, they were really nice. So hopefully they could do that for me at a later time. I take them back down to Phoenix or something and get it done. But we'll see. It's just gonna have to be a money thing. Definitely would love to have them framed though. That'd be badass. Brian says, got to keep the 53. Hell yeah, man. Ayuk, I don't know yet, man. See, and that's the thing. Navarro Bowman was a long time, like he was he's gonna be a lifetime 49er. Brandon Ayuk, I don't know, man. He might request a trade and do all this bullshit. He might pull a Debo. And Debo already lost some of my love for what he was doing in the offseason, but he's getting some of it back. He's redeeming himself in my heart, little by little. But he hasn't completely lost me, but he did lose me a little bit there. I was like, what the hell you got going on, Debo? I don't like how you're representing yourself or the organization or anything like that. And the fan base. And I know some of the fan base was being really ugly towards him too. So some of those people, they need to really chill out. I don't understand all the animosity that's going on in the 49ers community. Seems to be chilling out a little bit, so that's good. But still, there's these certain people here and there that are really off the hook, man. But I think that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Unless you guys have any topics or anything you want to talk about. If you guys want, let me know, especially right now before we cut out. If you guys can let me know if you would like for me to do a live stream tomorrow. I think we're going to take the kids to the pumpkin patch and carve some pumpkins and stuff like that with the family. So let me know what you guys want. Whenever I get the chance, I'll try and do a live stream. Oh, and I have some good news, actually. I was talking to, you guys got to know Ryan Hensley, right? Ryan Hensley, he's a guy that he goes on Grant Cohn's show. He has his own show. He did a show last night with Jesse Naylor while I was streaming, but I went back, I downloaded it, watched it, all that stuff, talked to him, and he said he's going to try and, or he wants me to come on his show and vice versa here and there whenever we get a chance, man. So I really appreciate that from him. So me and Ryan Hensley are in talks right now. Starting next week, me and him should be collaborating once or twice a week. We already talked about it, pretty much confirmed it. So, don't know exactly what day yet or what days, but try and look for me with Ryan Hensley around 8 a.m., 8:45 p. or 8:45 a.m., that kind of time, 8:30 a.m. But yeah, me and him should be throughout the week. This next coming week, me and him should be on around 8:30 a.m. Together. Probably not super long shows like I do, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Brian says Ryan Hensley is really cool. Yeah, man. And especially like, you know what? When I downloaded or when I was watching him with Jesse Naylor, man, I was not expecting what I saw, what I heard from that interview. I guess it was more of an interview than a 49ers podcast. And they did talk 49ers, but it was more personal, and he was kind of Ryan Hensley was pretty much interviewing Jesse Naylor on his his hopes, his dreams, his inspirations in life, how he grew up and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, because I could relate to Jesse Naylor on some of the stuff that he was talking about. So I got a little bit emotional, man, and I liked it. It was pretty cool, and I didn't cry or anything, but it I felt it. That's it was nice, man. And yeah, Ryan Hensley's really cool. We're kind of from the same area, and he's been through a lot of stuff that I've seen too. So really cool to see his success, and that's one of the reasons why I support that guy. I did find him through Grant, so that's cool that he, got that outlet, and that Grant gave him that outlet. But what's up, Grant? Where's my outlet? Little shit ass. Bring me on, bro. I'm ready. Yeah, man, I see your channel getting big. You got good conversation. Niners all damn day. I appreciate it, man. I hope so. I know I still stutter here and there, but yeah, hopefully, just little by little, I gotta tighten it up, and it always helps when we have people like you, um, all you great friends that come and contribute to the channel all every day. Um, that really helps because it gets the creative juices flowing and keeps the conversation going. Even when I slack a little bit in one area, then like for example, yesterday when we were streaming, and I'm like, uh, David is here to pick up the slack. David McNew is here to pick up the slack when I finish on a topic. He will have more to add to it or a different perspective, right? So, yeah, man, I love when you guys are in here to add what you guys add to the conversation, and just all the love I feel from you guys, man. I'm not ever gonna forget it. And like I was telling David, I was like, I'm gonna have to start paying all you guys royalties. If I start making some good money off YouTube, I gotta start paying you guys, all you all my loyal homies, some royalties. Brian says this is a great time. Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of content creators right now, and I always see you guys in there too, and it's like, geez, these guys are nonstop. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm trying to do it too, man. I'm trying to support all the awesome people out there. I know how it is. And Brian says, keep calling into the Cone Zone. And actually, you know what? Ryan Hensley, when we are talking on his video earlier, um, he was talking about that too. He's like, I have my morning show now, and I don't want to compete. I don't want to put in the same time slot as Eric Crocker when he does his show. I have respect for him. I don't want it to come off that way. So I'm going to try and do mine at a different time. I know he moved his time slot now, so trying to work around that. And Brian knows, like I talked about that when I started too, that I don't want to intercede with or interject or any of that type of stuff with other podcasts. But it's just gonna, with as many creators as there is now, that it's just gonna happen. And like I told Ryan, told him, you just got to get in where you fit in, bro. And just do it. If you don't have people watching you live, I'm seeing a lot more views coming after the fact. So I'll put up a live stream, and I have all you awesome guys watching and liking, and man, I super appreciate it. And it's cool that I see a bunch more views coming after the fact that this isn't live. When it's already uploaded and all ready to go, people are watching it on their own free time. So told Ryan, I just got to get in where I fit in and continue to, like Brian has encouraged me to keep grinding. I just got to keep doing that. Brian says, I paint and listen to the shows all day with the Bluetooth. Hey, the same shit, man. I'm the same way. I'm doing the same exact thing. It's either a Bluetooth headphone or a speaker. I tried not to use the Bluetooth headphones. And Brian, hopefully you're not using Bluetooth headphones, guys, because I don't like the radiation that comes off the Bluetooth headphones. I would rather use a Bluetooth speaker. I had a boxing coach when I was in high school. Um, he used to show up to the gym every day, and I guess he wore it all day when he was at work. He would have a Bluetooth earpiece in his ear all the time, and he ended up getting a tumor in there after a couple years. So he ended up getting a tumor. It really messed him up, man. He was a boxing coach. He was, super active, working mitts with us and stuff like that. And man, this really took him out. Like half of his face ended up, half of his face ended up paralyzed at some point, and he ended up having to get tumors removed like 2 or 3 times. And so it's really scary stuff, man. I try not to use Bluetooth headphones. Hope you guys don't use it too often, but I do use it sometimes. Just be careful not to use it too much, because, like I said, I've already seen what happened with my coach, man. So it was really sad, and yeah, I hope he's doing well right now, because he was a little sluggish last time I saw him, talk to him, but at least he was in good spirits. Same here, Brian. It makes the workday easier. Hell yeah, man! Straight up. You guys should see me. So I do the same thing. I'll have it in my ear, or I'll have it on the speaker, and I have a notepad either in my work bags or in my back pocket, and I have a pen on my side. And so when I'm like having thoughts or somebody brings up a really good point to talk about on their channels, I'll be like, oh, you know what? That's a really good idea. Jot it down on my notepad, put it back in my pocket or in my tool bags real quick. And I try to make it quick so that nobody sees that I'm taking too much time off work to do it. Actually, speaking of, here's one of my notepads. You guys can see this little one I fit in my back pocket, as you guys can see. So I do put in that work, man. I do put in that work. That's how I get all my topics. I switch it up with the earbuds and the speaker. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. When because I know I try not to do it because I know my coworkers, they don't want to hear me blasting 49ers podcasts all day, so I'll put it in my ear because I work with a Raiders fan, I work with a Cardinals fan, so but they're actually pretty supportive and pretty realistic about their team, so that's, at least they're not like super shit talkers or anything like that. But hey, man, I'll let you guys go. I know it's a Friday night. We're all ready to have some fun, and I've been having fun with you guys, but I'm going to let you guys get back to your families. I really appreciate you guys being here, man. Yeah, let's enjoy our weekends. If you guys want me to stream tomorrow, let me know. Just hit me up, Brian. You know, you got my DMs. So anyway, you guys could get a hold of me. If you guys want me to stream tomorrow, I'll fit it in where I can. And if not, then maybe before the game on Sunday, but that one's pretty early. So actually, no. I changed my mind on that. I forgot it's at 10 in the morning. So we'll do a post game for sure. So we'll do a post game for sure. Probably not right after the game because that's when everybody else does their post games. I'll wait till everybody's done with their post games and then I'll do mine. But if you guys want me to come on tomorrow, I will do it. So I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great night. Love you guys. Yeah, man. Take care. Have a great time. Let me know what's cracking. And whoever wants a Niner Gang Wolfcast hat, you guys let me know. Got the special artist to do it. All right. All right.